I've not heard much about this report until I came here yesterday. So the lectures about WRAPA, they are very good. I like the lectures. So while going out there, I will learn from them. I've already learned to know what to put through, put into my people.
Use the mic. It's okay.
Okay. So I'll know what to put through, put into there if I go back to my state. So, as a state coordinator, I have to work very hard. Because one of these man said that when he went to his stage, Mr. Hassan said something about that he won't give me. But I will not go back. I will face it, inshallah. So all the volunteers I'm still asking you, I want all of you, benefit that you are having. Don't just do away with it. Just go on, carry along with it. So that others will learn from you. I also learn from you. Because when I teach you as a special, we used to learn from our previous and people learn from us. So that's what I will say about WRAPA. So WRAPA is a great movement for women. Thank you very much.
I'll be speaking on behalf of my state court. She's not doing it. So she asked me to give this message to you. That I should tell you that you are quite unique. And you are unique in such a way because of your experiences. And you should use that as an edge. Because with your experience, you can do better than any of us seated here. Am I right?
Yes.
So with that, hold on to that and let it be your stronghold. Let it be your strength. Let it not be your weakness at all. Let it be your strength and go out with all your heart. Give it all and you will see doors opening for you in places. Thank you all, and I wish you all the best.
I wish you well. And I pray at any given point of time that we need you, you always be ready to assist us and come forward. We want you to be role models in the state. Role models in your family. Role models in your workplaces and role models in your schools. Role model in the sense that a woman is always wearing a crown, not for fighting, but always for peace. So please, I pleaded with you to always be ready to come into WRAPA office. If there is anything we want you to do, and you be ready to assist us, inshallah. I wish you the best that life can offer you. Thank you very much for accepting to be our volunteers in the state. Thank you.
So, thank you very much for volunteering to be volunteers for WRAPA. And we hope that with this small training that you have gone through here in these 2 days, you'll be able to carry on with the training, with the volunteer work. And we also will continue training because this is not the end of the training. We'll have online classes, we'll have virtual classes for you to continue with your training till when we see you fit to go into the field and continue with your work. You're welcome.
We share each other into groups.
The mic is here.
Sorry. This is what we are doing here this afternoon. Let me explain. I knew we have heard about the objectives. We want to put our heads together. Thank God in this place we have 6 states. Am I correct? Yes. We have 6 states. We have Kogi, we have Benue, we have Plateau, we have Kwara, we have Niger. I think we are 5. Nasarawa. So, we are sorry, but we will sit in our groups state by state. Or do you prefer we meet together? I will talk from what I know, but you can now agree what social accountability mechanisms are in your state. A big organization like WRAPA, they used to put some small structures. Anywhere they work, they don't want the work to die. They will put structures on the ground. Hello? Let's understand this before we even go into answering. I've not got to the question. Doctor, I will say we are writing it. Thank you, sir. So what we did was, I know the accountability mechanisms of WRAPA. We have the CTAG somewhere in the east. Community technical aid groups that is supporting leadership of women and women in politics. That one is somewhere in the east. And we took a big project there of a Makaton, and we felt if we leave, what is the sustainability structure that we can fall back on? That means you want to leave a place, but you don't want to finish living. Then you put something behind that makes you continue to look back. It becomes a two-way system where you can assess feedback and they can also assess further strengthening. That is a system whereby the work you have done as the big one and gone back to your base, they continue to do it based on what they have learned from you. In WRAPA, we have CTAG in Enugu. We have the 10 pillar partners in FCT, Sokoto, and Adamawa. We have the women of resilience in Adamku, Jigawa, Katsina, Plateau, and FCT. Now we want to build and establish the women of resilience here in Niger State. Because for foundation, we promised that we will build 6 more states. So Niger now is 1, Calabar is 2. Where else are we? Adamawa is 3, Enugu is 4. So what are we doing with these women of resilience? These women of resilience will now work with the leaders of faith and leaders of culture to enable them work within the community and be watchdogs to prevent violence against women and girls. And how? By establishing safe spaces, some of them within the palaces, some of them within the churches, some of them within the mosque. You know, people that have been abused. When we came, Niger Adiza said something. He said they are afraid to come to WRAPA. They say some of them, they don't even want people to see them. And it's happening to us at headquarters too. So, but they will be comfortable to walk up to their own chief. Some may be comfortable to walk up to their pastor and to be able to confide in them. The reason why most people don't speak up is because of what the community will come and do after they must have known their issues. They don't want to, they are trying everything they could to avoid stigmatization. But if they go to a palace, you might not know what she has gone to do. You may not know she has gone to report her husband. Everybody comes to palace anyway. So it becomes confidential. Some of these palaces and churches or mosques now have a gender desk. We come up with templates to support these women to be able to take possible complaints and make their refer at least to the next place where it's going and report back to head office. So what we are doing now tomorrow here, though TPP is not here, CTAG is not here, but we want to put women of resilience here in Niger State. which will still be one of the 10 states that we promised for foundation. Tomorrow we will understand what will Women of Resilience be doing. There is also Plateau here, who already have a Women of Resilience in their location, who can also speak to us tomorrow. So these social accountability support groups, I want to ask us, I know Kwara has one, something watchdog, we don't say we don't watchdog, that we should change that name. IWCC gave us one, I remember. These are community watch, they are ensuring that when they see something that is not right, they have appointed 15 leaders. So, do you know in Kwara now, Kwara governor is being celebrated. Even the UN made him equality ambassador. Because the transfer percent is already on in Kwara. Talk to IWCC. You don't have what they are giving to that. You cannot do. If I don't know, say she did. Some of you know her in this world. Kwara has now, even me, I was surprised. My niece is the communication commissioner. Young lady. They have a lot of women in strategic places. And why? Because I'm not only saying it's work of IWCC, WRAPA, and the MacArthur Foundation alone. All the civil society organizations in Kwara State, they are not keeping quiet. And government too is very cooperative. And they are aligning with what they wanted. So those are the watchdogs we are talking for. I know they have one. I don't know if you are so familiar with our organization, but I know they have one in Kwara. So here now, do we have one in Niger, in Kogi, in Nasarawa? They are community women. They may not speak English, but they are referrals. They are people that you can rely on when something is going wrong in those communities. Do we have such communities here? Is it where this our sister came from? Is it where our brother here came from? Are there such communities? I will want her to tell us what it is. Let her tell us what it is. Somebody can interpret it in English. Come near me. We want to showcase. You know WRAPA is big, but for them to invite you here, there is something you are doing in the community. Come. She shy. Say it in Hausa. Tell us what you are doing. Have you prepared? Okay, I understand. Okay, man. So please follow, face everybody.
Abin da muke a cikin ƙungiyar mu muna taimako ne na kai da kai. Idan lokaci ya yi muka haɗa mitin mu tare. Abin da kowa aka tsara mishi a rani za mu kawo mu zuwa cikin asusun. Idan lokaci ya kai ko rasuwa ne aka yi za mu zo na asusun mu ɗiba kuɗin. Ku nemi jama'a da za su tafi su je su yi gaisuwa su ba da wannan kuɗi a mamaci addu'a. Idan haihuwa ne ya samu za mu ɗauki wannan kuɗi mu ɗiba daga ciki mu kai wa mai jego da samun ce biyan buƙata da shi. Idan aure ne ya samu shi ma muka buɗe wani asusu mu ɗiba a ce da ke ciki mu je a yi hidima. Idan kuma Allah ya sa majinyaci ne ba lafiya ko ya kama da zuwa asibiti ne za mu haɗa gwiwa a kai mutum asibiti mu je a duba shi abin da ya kama a yi mashi. Idan kuma tsakanin mata ne da mijinta matsala ya faru saboda ana yawan zuwa kotu shari'a kuma yawan gaba ta dace ba to su muke shawo kan hankalin yan uwanmu mata madadin a je kotu ana jayayya a kai sai mu riƙa ba da shawarwari. Idan muka ga abin ya fi ƙarfin muka nemi malam ɗan baba sai ya shigo mana a cikin tafiya sai ya sa a nemo mijin a zauna da shi a tattauna ai abin da ya kamata a samu maslaha saboda wani lokaci aka samu matsala wani aka same shi yana da fara ganewa ko an bani shawarar ba zai dauka ba to shi kuma da dan baba sai ya fara sakan ko sai ya gaya mashi sai a nemo mijin a yi mai jan kunne a yi mai abin da ya kamata saboda a samu maslaha a zauna lafiya. Ƙungiyar kuwa da muke haɗawa kenan a kai tun muna mutum 100 yanzu har mun kai 170 a cikin ƙarfin ikon Allah. Allah ya mana taimako kuma ya taimaka mana muna fatan ubangiji Allah ya ƙara yi mana jagoranci akan wannan tafiya ta mu muna gane da yan uwanmu mata yan game da rashin sa yara ilimi. A nemi ilimi, in kai baka yi ba lokacin ka in ya wuce ka sa yaron kai wata rana abin zai amfane ka. Kowa ya ba rayuwarka zai iya taimaka ma na ƙasa da shi har ma ya taimaki wani zashi wanda ma ba san shi ba.
I can see you are an advocate. You see one thing about her. One thing about her is she don't understand English, but she's confident. I don't know what she's saying, but somebody's going to help me, not you, sir.
Okay.
I have a problem hearing what you're saying. Can somebody come and interpret you?
What the lady was trying to say was that in their own locality, they just like what you were asking for, they are community watchdogs. They are a group of, they were, at the beginning they were 100, but they are now,
Really?
they were 100, but they are now up to 170. And what they do is that they address women issue, family issue, health issue, school. Like what they talk is even emphasizing on they may be disadvantaged for not being taken to school, but they encourage each other to ensure they enroll their children into schools, so that what they wouldn't get, those children should get it, and they know that they will affect them. It will affect them personally, it will affect the community and the country at large. So they normally task themselves to address health issues. And when there's a family fracas, they normally try to address it within themselves. And that was why they engaged a man amongst them. But if it involves a husband, it will not be easy for the women now to go and face the husband of their member. So that's why they involve a man. And if it is too hard for the man amongst them, he now involves Barrister Bambo. That's legally now. So that's the effort they are making. They are on. The place is not, the town is not far from Minna. Yeah. That's their base.
Let's give them. Please let me ask her. Are they working in tandem with a bigger organization? Or they just form themselves by themselves? What prompted them? See, if you have practical experience, it has finished. What are you learning to again? That is a person to learn from. 170 women, citizens, they task themselves. They tax themselves. I hear how to be too. So, this is it. Don't speak English, start at your office. Go there. That's one of the problems. One day when I was in UN Women House, I said, look, your SAC is built in cities. And SDPP happens mostly in the local communities. Before they even carry the person to your SAC. So that is why community solutions is what WRAPA has adopted. And we would, please let her come forward, WRAPA. These are women we are looking for. Yes, what did you say now? They don't work under any organization. They don't work under any organization. WRAPA has adopted. Yes. Let me also let you know that you will also be involved in advocacy. Let somebody tell her. Today, advocacy. Advocacy is not every time we wait for things to go bad. We can also encourage the community to understand that violence against women and girls is real. So when they hear it, if it's happening to them, they will not hide their mouths. She's our case study. What are we learning book when we have woman examples? Volunteers, I hope you are catching fire. They don't go. You don't have to speak English to be an advocate. That woman is a very good example. Power. So please, you will allow me to sit down. So that's all about social accountability groups. Maybe what we are not doing now, we will teach you advocacy. I don't know how our people in Niger will do that, but you have a very good group. So now our discussion. Group 1, okay, we said by states. Please let every state write down their. We have already all this page I have discussed it. It is the current landscape. What is the social accountability mechanism of WRAPA looking like? I've told you about CETA. I've told you about TPPs. I've told you about women of resilience. You are not seeing my projector. May I have a room? Sorry about that. So I've told you everything here. When you see it, you will see that I've told you. Look at this. You can see the current landscape. We discussed existing social accountability mechanisms. We discussed WRAPA, CETA, women of resilience. We discussed TPPs. And etc. Like our sister's own is etc. Please get the name of that organization specifically. So get the name of the organization, where they are located and their number, please. Quickly. And our own number too. And it's 60% of people in WRAPA understand Hausa. Collaboration and partnership, we have discussed that. Now we can partner with them. If we have advocacy, we want to send down that place, she doesn't have to come. It's a matter of calling her and her women will be there to raise the voice on that advocacy. So we also have government agencies and community leaders to strengthen social accountability. Social accountability cannot work alone. I like the fact that already you are streamed to WRAPA self. Why am I saying we are adopting you? We are your father. Because our legal before I will take it, our legal expert here is the one you now see as okay, when we cannot handle, he will advise us. So already you are linked with WRAPA. Well done, sir. That's an excellent one. So please, I have said this, there is nothing more to say. So time allotted now, 45 minutes. In your group, you have 45 minutes. Please, can we write down the questions? Brainstorm, number 1 question. Brainstorm strategies. Are we writing? Brainstorm strategies. You are seeing it, do I need to read? To enhance the capacity and effectiveness of social accountability groups. Like, how do we ensure that they are not only them in Niger State, not only them. I'm sure there are other ones. Ma? Beautiful. Beautiful. So we need a stakeholder mapping. We need just the name of the organization and the leader and our contact address. We need that before the end of this meeting. While they are watching that or the other baby. But brainstorm within our meetings. Some of us are from Benue here. Some of us are from Nasarawa. When you had that lady speaking, you knew you have such groups in your state. They cannot speak English, but there's no way they cannot enter in their locality. Sometimes we were in Sokoto. Hello? Sometimes we were in Sokoto. It was UN women that told us to go and look for a group of women. They told us we should go and look for them. They are local women. But do you know within themselves, they are raising millions and borrowing each other? I've forgotten their name. Maybe they are other women loving you, I don't know. But I know UN women say those women, you need them for advocacy. Go and look for them. So please, in Nasarawa, Kogima, in Kwara. These people already have their group and they are doing fantastic. Fantastically. It is no book that we are using to do advocacy. It is what she has shown today. She has a mission. She has a goal. And they have boldness to ask the community to be accountable. Why is this person like this? Let's help this person in hospital. And there is one thing I like that group for, self-help. They stood up to help themselves by taxing themselves. Some of us English too much. Go and begin to tax yourselves. If I see your seriousness, don't be me over before that. If people see your seriousness, they will commit to you. Because what you are doing, they cannot do. I've seen people say people give them something to help them do sadaka. It's not because they don't have the money, but they don't have the time. But the way God will bless the person that they're giving the money to, God will still bless the person that is providing the money. People are looking for this kind of women with vision. So please, let's note, number one, restore strategies to enhance what is already being done. And if we don't have any of them in our community, how do we want to start one? Then they don't ask for all the things we ask for as civil society. They don't have time for that. They do their small trade, they put in their little whatever, and they support themselves. Number two, consider mechanisms for number one, increasing transparency. Sorry, why is it running? Consider mechanisms for increasing transparency, accountability, and responsiveness to women's rights issues. Those are everything we have already said. Maybe something is going on in the community, and you think, leadership have to know about this. They go and request accountability. We will teach them how to do social accountability. Remember, okay, it's not we teach them how to carry out advocacy. We are not talking of riot. We are talking of strategic advocacy that will dialogue with leadership. Look at what she said. She spoke to the ecosystem. She understood that in their community, the women may not have a voice to speak to another person's husband. They brought in a man. That was strategic. That was strategic. Please, in every group, if you don't see youth, borrow one from Niger. Unfortunately, I didn't see most of our youth today. Because for you to talk on technology, Adia Fatima, you are senior youth. For you to talk about technology, all these are our young men. I don't know where they are going. They are gone. We need them. Just Columbia, your rapporteur is also a youth, a senior youth. Discuss the role of technology and social media. That's our third question. That is third within strategies for strengthening. That is three within strategies for strengthening. Another one is action planning. You will still carry it out. What concrete actions are you willing to take that can be implemented to strengthen social accountability support groups, including this one that is here, including the ones you don't know, or including the ones you know in your state but you have not been engaging with? How can you strengthen? Like I said, they are not asking for any big thing from you. They don't want to travel to Abuja to come and hear all this what they are doing. If you say, when is your next meeting? Next week Saturday. Support them with two bags of pure water. They will keep saying your advocacy. It's a courtesy of WRAPA. Courtesy of WRAPA. We have done it before. We have done it before. When these people are having meeting, what's their name? Wobika will carry something there. Maybe 40 women. We just carry water. That agenda, they will put it in their meeting. Are they not saying what we want them to say? That is how women in the church started speaking up, who had been abused. They They would have held their meeting though. It's not because of what they are holding meeting, but we split in our own agenda into their meeting. These are strategies. I'm already giving you answers. Let me keep quiet. So identify concrete actions. Which actions will you take to drive implemented and strengthen social accountability support groups? Establish timelines, responsibilities, and monitoring mechanisms for this action. Please go ahead.
So, we are talking about social accountability.
Yes.
There are these women's cooperatives that are made up of women. They are so resources and it's just for safety. They save and give out to you. So, are you now saying that those kind of groups we should approach them and do activities? And there are also village savings groups like that.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's
Exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. We even enter market women groups. We enter market women groups. So long as women gather, what we want to do is advocacy. What is advocacy? We speak loud. And we try to convince them to understand what we are saying. Okay? How will you meet such groups? Some of you don't even have social life again because of civil society work. But these people are meeting with people every day. Some of them are in the market. People can come to them and confide in them. Then you make them a referral part so that they can tell somebody, please, this person needs help. What do we do to support? Did I answer your question?
yes.
Please go on, ma'am.
The answer they gave now means that what we have women, tribal women that bring together.
Excellent.
One and reach out to them.
Excellent. Tribal women.
Okay.
Any group where women are seated. You can, I said we even contacted, it was WRAPA that got the wives of traditional rulers in FCT registered when we brought them under UN Women projects. And these are powerful women. They can turn the rulership of FCT because their husbands are in position. But they are meeting, they are meeting as wives of traditional leaders. They don't know they can even make an NGO from that platform. Because of that contact, the woman leading them now, she has gotten a funding from MacArthur Foundation. Let me tell you a secret today. Foundations and funders are looking for direct grassroots. They are looking for them. So please, any opportunity you have, start building. Start building. If you have money and you don't have a strategic plan, call on somebody like this Oga lawyer. Help, support him, put fuel in his car. You may not be able to pay what somebody should pay for strategic plan. Let him drop something for you. So that somebody tomorrow might come to this community. You can even be World Bank. And they say they want a group of women. Place yourself strategically so that you can be assessed. Nobody is wanting to hear it. Now there are languages you can speak, even on the computer, you change it to English. I attend meetings, you are speaking French, I'm hearing English. Because I chose the language I want to hear. There are so much of that going on. Please, don't look down on yourself. That me, I cannot speak English. Not English, they take dual focus. You can see what we saw now. 1A. This one is 1A. 1A. 1. 1A has brainstorm strategies to enhance the capacity and effectiveness of social accountability groups. We have said a few of them. Accountability and responsiveness for women's rights issues. What do we mean by that? How can they respond? Maybe before they will wait till 3 days before they report. If it is a case of rape, they have lost their evidence. make that they are reporting faster? As the thing is happening, you are scaling it. You are scaling it to the right quarters. Do we want to link them to the state referral pathway? What do we want to do as strategy? Then number 3 and number 1A3, discuss the role of technology and social media in amplifying voices and monitoring accountability. Some people now use app. You know, when our volunteers were playing role yesterday, they say when you want to intervene in the case of violence against women and girls, intervene safely, obviously. They say intervene safely. You can't say because husband and wife are fighting, then you want to die. How? One day my neighbors were fighting, and I know they used to fight, and they are young couple, and I know my health. Unfortunately, that night I couldn't keep quiet because one person would have killed the other by the next day. And I went out of my way to go out. By the time I got to their side, the way I just, my husband and my BP shut off. Since that day, I didn't say because I can't say because I want to intervene. Then I now find myself becoming a casualty. So please intervene safely. Like they said yesterday. So now there are technology apps that even the wife or whether it's the husband that is being harassed can safely press. They will think he's using phone. He has already complained. And some international best practice now, there is a way you do your hand if you are kidnapped and you don't throw people in the bed with you. There is a way you do your hand that people around you will know this person is not safe. People are trying to get out of direct because at times you might even be lucky to have rescued a woman, but the husband of that woman now targets you for evil. That you are the reason why their home is breaking. Meanwhile, that's not the entire truth. So we have to. So we talk about technology. I know one of our sons in Adamawa that is doing an app. You complain, you don't need any internet. You can work in any village. So what do we want to make recommendations like that? Do we have one that is almost cost-free, that you just do an emergency? Then nobody is seeing you complain. Neither will you see anybody's name on your phone. So that we don't endanger that person too. So please, I leave it to the group to discuss on. Then the 1B, action planning. It is all that you have discussed all that you now put in an action plan. I can do a template for us. Just show you what the action planning template looks like. So that you can just draw it on that your paper and draw up something. If you cannot finish now, just like Madam gave you leeway to bring it tomorrow morning, we can still bring it tomorrow morning because we are doing 2 of that. This is the first one. That is why I cancelled the group meetings on that other financial something. Because I know it will tire you and wear you out. Thank you and over from here. So action planning, I will show you the template. Just draw it on the paper. Can we start, please? Thank you. You gave me 45 minutes, but I've used 15 minutes in talking, so you have 30 minutes. Thank you.
through the forest. Social accountability groups, by our understanding, has to do with group network that grow into certain actions in the community. That's what we understand by social accountability. In this respect, we are talking of maybe we are talking about groups that probe into certain doings, either mentally or at the social level, or groups who embark on community-based projects and solicit for completion of it from government. That is where we are going on. How is helping them? One of the steps is to see how the group membership drive is initiated. That is by trying to train them on the methodology to probe into certain action of other government or non-state actors. One, the most important element in this direction is, first of all, the social accountability group must initiate a project whereby it is physically seen, and then you may not exhibit your inability to consummate that project and look for donors or helpers. Mostly, what we do here is you start maybe a project. It could be concrete construction or road patching. I don't know how it's called in the terms. And you will now look for either a local government chairman or a commissioner who will now make available certain provision to complete it as and when due. Then the second one is that sometimes you discover that clerics, either Muslim or at the church, also play very, very important role in this respect, where sometimes if couples have dispute among themselves, they can report such dispute for resolution to the cleric by trying to prove, for instance, if the wife is maybe malnourished, the wife will take the matter to a cleric of her faith to ask the husband to be probed into why such behavior is emanating from him. Or on the other hand, it could be that there are children out of school that are very prevalent in the community. Then this group could task themselves in probing into why such phenomenon is very prevalent in their community, and most probably seek for solution through appropriate quarters. Another aspect of it has to do with maybe there's a project that is cited in your community by government. Such advocate groups will try to trace the workability